What's up, Tripp gang? It's your boy Tripp, and I'm back with another banger. Tub time with Tripp. Now, I usually enjoy a nice hot bath sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Just to relax and get my thoughts together. But today I wanted to talk to y'all about something that is very important for a person to have. This thing is called integrity. What do you know about integrity? Being honest and truthful to who you are. Are you a man with integrity? Do you do the right thing even if it's an unpopular opinion or even if nobody's watching? I've always prided myself on having integrity. As far as I can remember, I wanted to do right, and sometimes I would even think about my future husband, and I would say, what would he think about me if he had a camera on me and I didn't know the camera was there? In a way that helped me carry myself in a good light. I can't be wild and just be out here. You could want something, but you can't let your actions contradict what you want. If you want love, you gotta carry yourself in that way now. You can't be a hoe today and just think love's just gonna come to you. You know, because when that love does come, they might not want the type of person that you done built yourself up to be. Morally, is it good to have integrity? I think so. Do you throw paper on the ground when nobody's around, but if people around you wait until a trash can is there because you want to, them to think that you don't litter? Who are you when nobody's watching? That's the type of thing that I'm talking about. Being honest and true to the person that you love or the people that you love, even when they can't see what you're doing. Is it okay to cheat on your partner if they don't know about it? Is it okay to flirt because they're not around or they ain't gonna see it? Is it okay to steal from your job because you can get away from it and you done figured it out and nobody's gonna know it's missing? The old saying, what you don't know won't hurt you. I never believed that saying. It will hurt you. And morally, is it correct to hurt somebody even if they don't know about it? Having integrity and being a great person and being a great friend, no matter even if the relationships come to an end. A lot of people, y'all be best friends with people for years, and all their secrets. You done cried with them and stayed up with them all night. They family, they joys and they pains, and they done shared a lot of things with you that other people don't know. As soon as y'all fall out, then everything's off limit. You could tell everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go tell all your business that you told me throughout the years of our friendship. I don't believe that's right. If you was ever friends with somebody or in a relationship with somebody, just because it ends, don't mean that you get to go and tell all their business and talk about them like a dog and stuff, because was that real love? That you had, that soon as the relationship ends, you're gonna put all their business out? No, you carry that to the grave. You don't get to do that. A lot of y'all, just because your man don't know or your woman don't know, y'all doing them dirty, behind their back. A lot of y'all only a good person when people are watching. But the main person that's watching is up above. And that's who you really need to be trying to please and be a good person for. morally is not right. You know, be honest, be kind, you know, don't be malicious, be honest with what you feel. You know, a lot of people act like they like somebody or lead them on to make them think this for whatever reasons. Maybe you don't want to hurt their feelings. Maybe, you know, you think you could get something from it. Is that right? Or is it right to be honest with the person and let them know, hey, I think you're a great person, but I'm not interested in you in that way. You know? Yeah, it might hurt their pride. You know, nobody likes rejection, but at the end of the day, you keeping your morals and you keeping your spirit intact by being honest. You know what I mean? And let them go and let them find somebody who can feel that way about them. You know, a lot of us stay in relationships way too longer than we should because we afraid of, you know, what's to come. We comfortable, we attached. So many reasons instead of letting that relationship go when you already know you out of love. You know this ain't the person that you can see yourself being with forever. But at the same time, you're gonna ride that thing out. You know, and cheat on them behind their back and do all these things behind their back and make them think that you love them when you're at home. Why is that? I just have so many questions when I get in the tub. It's like, I be thinking about all types of stuff. Is monogamy in a relationship that important? That's another thing I think about. If your partner cheats on you, is that a done deal? Because he gave his body to somebody else. Are you willing to throw away everything y'all have because this person cheated on you? How important is monogamy to you? You know? Do you want somebody that's being faithful, and are you completely faithful to them? You know, if that's what you want, I believe you should have it. You know, and if the person that you want can't give it to you, then, you know, you should find somebody who feels the same way that you do. But a lot of us are scared to be alone, you know, or some of us like being alone and we don't want to deal with, you know, a relationship or the things that comes to build a strong foundation, a strong relationship. Because any strong relationship is going to take a lot of work. Y'all going to go through a lot of things. You think these couples that been together for 50 years ain't been through nothing? You know, they work it out. A lot of times, you know, this new generation, we willing to give up so quickly. You know, either we willing to give up too quick, you know, and go find something else, or we stay in it too long when it's long overdue and we already know that it's not right. It's having morals and being honest with people, even if it hurt their feelings. Is that a bad thing? No, I think it's worse to lie to them and make them feel good when it's not really how you feel. I done been through a lot because I didn't feel the way a certain person felt about me at the time, and I kept my integrity. You know, if I didn't feel it, I didn't do it, no matter what. When I was younger, you know, you could put me out or, you know, do whatever, you know, talk about me, you know, I don't care. If I don't feel it, I'm not doing it. And it doesn't matter who you are. You know, but there was times that I didn't tell people exactly how I felt. And all that did was cause confusion. You know, all that did was leave that person thinking that there was a chance. When in my mind and my heart, I knew that it wasn't. Even though I didn't get intimate or physical with them, you know, I didn't just come out and say, look, you know, I don't want you, or, you know, you ain't got to be harsh with it. Be considerate of somebody's feelings, especially if you know they care about you. You know, I'm not interested, you know, I think you're a great person. But this this isn't something that I want right now. You know what I mean? Let's have a conversation in the comments down below. Let me know how you feel about integrity and honesty. And is that something that you want from people that you're in a relationship with? And when I'm talking about a relationship, I don't mean just a physical, intimate relationship with somebody. I mean any relationship that you have in your life. Do you want integrity? Do you want somebody that's honest to you? Are you a person that's honest to other people? When it comes to work, when it comes to family members, do you say yes when you really want to say no? Or are you struggling to help other family members out when you know you ain't got it, but you don't want them to know you ain't got it, so you'll struggle and be messed up and say yes and yes and yes and be out there messed up? Or instead of telling them and being honest, like, yo, I really can't afford to send you some money this month, or, help you out on this. Is there any other way that I can help you besides, with money, or my time, or can I do something? Don't get caught up in being a fake person or a dishonest person. And sometimes being dishonest ain't always just a lie. Just like I said, not being true to who you are or what you want. We have to hold ourselves accountable for some of the things that we do and some of the things that we say, and we have to walk with more integrity. Do what's right even when nobody is looking. Tell the truth even if it may hurt somebody, because it's your spirit and your soul that you want to look after. Integrity is important. If your future husband or your future wife could see everything that you're doing for the first 5 years before y'all meet each other, would they choose you? Would they be happy with who you are? Are you polite? Are you kind and courteous? Are you loving? You know what I'm saying? Those type of things. I would like to know. Who are you when nobody's watching? Just a big brother camera just watching you and you don't know it's there. Will the person that you ultimately supposed to be with choose you? Because when we meet people, we put on a representation of who we are. We let them see all the best qualities up front. We show them our kind side or our loving side and things like this, and sometimes you gotta watch how people treat other people. Don't pay attention to how they treat you, because that's a representation of who they are. That's all the good stuff up front. How do they treat the people around you? How do they talk about people that come around y'all? How do they treat the waiter at the restaurant or the waitress at the restaurant? Do you see them disrespecting people or talking down on people? But they would never do that to you. Don't believe that. If they would do it to somebody else, that's part of their character and who they are. And they would do it to you as well when things go bad. A lot of times we have signs of everything before, but we just ignore it. They ain't gonna do that to me, or we think it's cute or hot or sexy, or we think it's thuggish for somebody, to be rude to people. One time, I was talking to somebody, and we went to lunch, and he had to stop at the bank. And the bank was in 5 Points, Bank of America. He was in a rush because he had to get back to his job. He made a lot of money. He was administrator of a hospital. And, while we driving into the bank, he says, "Oh my God, what is all these people doing in the line? Ain't none of these, MFers got no money. What they doing at the bank?" And I took it offensively. I said something about it. I was like, how you know these people ain't got money? Obviously they got something because they're at the bank. And even if they didn't have as much money as you have, at least they trying to save or doing something. They got to do with a bank. Don't talk down on these people because they don't have as much as you have and call them broke. Another time we was riding and some guy came past with a raggedy little car and he dogged that person. "Oh, get this raggedy piece of shit out of here. Get out the way." And I'm like, maybe that's all that man could afford right now. At least he's driving. And maybe in the future, maybe he's saving for something better. Maybe he need the car to get back and forth to work. You know, a lot of times we so judgmental on people because they don't have what we feel like they should have right now, but they working towards it. Is that enough? You know, don't knock a person who don't have everything right now, as long as you grind and trying to get it. You know, I look at it totally different. I looked at it like, dang, you know, at least he driving. There's a lot of people who don't even drive. Or a lot of people who can't even afford the car that he has. And why are you talking down on this person because we driving in a, you know, BMW? Those are qualities that I looked at that even though he was good to me and he never said things like that to me, I looked at that like, nah, you're not somebody that I, you know, see myself being with. And it changed the way I dealt with him. Because now I see who you are as a person. You know, and I'm not perfect. I've been through, I laugh and joke, you know, I like to make fun of you know, stuff and situations. I'm never trying to be malicious with it. You know, one time when I was a kid, you know, I lived in the projects and it was this, I ain't gonna say, physically challenged girl in the neighborhood. You know, everybody knew she was by the way she walked and talked. She was, you know, probably like 13, but couldn't, you know, really speak. And she had a brother. Her brother was older than her, you know, maybe about 15. I was probably about 10 years old. I seen them walking past and she was walking. Her walk was messed up and she would lean from side to side while she walked. And I smirked. I looked at her and I smirked like, you know, as a child, I thought that was funny. Her brother seen me do it and he smacked me. You know, this was a bigger boy, you know what I'm saying? Like 5, 6 years older than me, you know. And he smacked me and he said, you know, don't ever laugh at my sister. And the first thing I thought about was, I'm gonna go tell, you know, my mama but then a second later, it clicked and I was like, I was wrong for that. And that was his job to protect her. That was offensive for me to laugh at her and he knew what I was laughing at. And I thought if that was me, I would have did the same thing for my brother. So I let it go. I took the smack and that taught me a valuable lesson. Now when I see a handicapped person, you know, I don't think nothing. You know, I just look at them and it's just like I'm looking at a regular person. It's a lot of things about me that people don't know. I pray for strangers a lot of times. Just out the blue, I could be riding in the car and I could see somebody walking on the side of the road and I would say a prayer in my head for them. Because I love people genuinely, you know what I mean? And the more I get to love myself and know myself, the more I can accept more people and love more people. You know, before, you know, coming up in Cleveland, I wasn't that person. I had a thugster mentality. But now I'm about having integrity. I'm about being a good person. As much as I can be, even when nobody's around. You know, I want my future husband to be proud of me. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be proud and be like, yo, he's a good person. I want God to be proud of me. And that's what comes first. You know, never let who you are now contradict who you want to be. You know, a lot of people say they want love and do this and that, but they not carrying themselves like somebody who want to love. You know, what type of person and relationship do you want? What kind of love do you want? What kind of relationship do you want? Anything that you want is fine as long as you're honest with who you are and who you're dealing with. You know, if you want an open relationship and you know that you like to have sex with more than one person and it doesn't bother you, you know, for your mate to sleep with other people, then find somebody who want that. Don't do it behind their back. If you're a person that wants monogamy and you're a jealous person and you don't want nobody else sleeping with your dude or your girl, you know, find somebody who wants that. And the moment they show you that that's not who they really are, you need to move on. Because a lot of people would say what you want just to get what they want. You know what I'm saying? You know what I like, but that's not really who you are. So you'll be like, oh yeah, I'm that too. And then, you know, when we get together and we catching feelings for each other, all your true colors start coming out. You know, that's never who you really was. You know, if you don't want a relationship in the beginning, let that be known. Don't, you know, carry this thing on and get into a relationship when you know that's not what you want or you're not ready for it. Stop feeling bad about hurting people's feelings when it keeps your spirit and your morals intact. Because you ain't doing nobody wrong by being honest about who you are. You see how deep we get into time with Tripp, you know what I'm saying? It's just the time to just really think and really get into something, you know what I'm saying? Be honest, be real, and carry yourself with integrity. Is integrity important to you? You know, do you really understand the meaning of it? Do you understand the importance of it? You understand it can save a lot of people a lot of heartache and pain if people were, you know, had more integrity. It's not even about being a religious person. It's about just being a human being, you know what I'm saying? And you know, being a spiritual being. Where you connected and you just want to put out good energy because you know that's what's going to come back to you. That's what it's about. Now, we humans, so of course we're not going to always be 100% when it comes to these things. Sometimes we fall short, and that's okay. But long as you striving and you got in your mind that this is the person that you want to be, it's okay because we not perfect.